Hey, this is Mr. Beckstrom. Today we're going to be talking about section 3.5. This is inequalities involving quadratic functions. And the function that we have in front of us says x squared minus 2x plus 6 is less than or equal to 0. So let's first of all talk about when this function is true. This function is true when we have an x value that when we plug it in the left side of this equation, we're going to get some value that's less than or equal to 0. So it's very important in order for us to have any solutions is that we have a value that is going to give us something that is not positive. So it's either 0 or negative. If I just kind of put in a couple of different values just to kind of see what it's doing, like let's say I started with -2 to +2. Just I kind of want to get an idea here. Oops, that was horrible. Wasn't much better, but x, and here is my y value. And I'm just going to go from -2 down to +2 just to kind of see what's happening. Oops. 1 and 2. Alright, so if I plug a -2 in there, I'm going to get a 4 minus a -4, which is 8, plus 6, which is 14. If I put a -1 in there, I'm going to get a 1, plus 2, which is 3, plus 6, which is 9. If I plug a 0 in there, I'm just going to get a 6. If I plug a 1 minus 2 is -1. -1 plus 6 is 5. If I plug a 2 in there, 4 minus 4 is 0, plus 6 is 6. And let's just do one more just to kind of see what's going on. If I put a 3 in there, that's going to be 9 minus 6, which is 3. 3 plus 6 is 9. So I put in quite a few different values. I notice it kind of starts high, it bottoms out around this 5, and then it goes high again. So I don't see anywhere where we're going to get negative values for this y, but that's still not good enough to say that there's no solutions. We have to do something more. We can either graph it manually, finding the intercepts, x-intercepts, the y-intercepts, find the vertex. We already know that it's a parabola that opens upwards because it's a quadratic function, making it a parabola, and it's a positive coefficient in front of the x squared term, which is just a +1, which means it goes up. So if we can find the vertex, and the vertex is above the x-axis, and this thing opens up, then we know that there's not going to be any solution. So let's do that. So the vertex, the x value for the vertex is -b all over 2a. That's our x value vertex. All right, so a is 1, b is -2, c is 6. So -b would just be a +2 all over 2 times 1, which is 2. And that's just equal to 1. So our x value for the vertex is 1. And look, I already did a nice little table over here, so I'm just going to use that, which means my y value there is 5. So the vertex is 1, 5. And I really don't even need to find all the intercepts at this point. Why? Because I know that this is, I can't draw a straight line with this mouse. I know that if you go 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that I have the vertex of this parabola here, and this thing opens upwards. So it's never going to be at 0 or below 0 in order to make this inequality true. Therefore, there's no solution. The last thing I want to do is I just want to put this into my calculator because I think that that's a good skill to have and a good way to double check our work. So if I go here and I go to y equals, let's say this is x squared minus 2x plus 6. And I'll just try it on a normal window right now, or the standard. So let's do zoom. Number 6 is standard. And I can already see that it doesn't look like there's any part of this graph that's going to be below the x-axis, which is less than or equal to 0. And if I wanted to be a little bit more sure, I could go to zoom out. Let's do it from right there, and sure enough, it's just continually going up there. Well, that's it. If y'all have any questions, let me know, and I hope you have a good rest of your week. Thanks.